We're just going to be reacting to the High Commissioner being asked about the Indian planes, which have now been confirmed to have been shot down by Pakistan. And remember, the same thing happened a few years ago with one of their pilots that got caught, and that was hugely embarrassing for India. So now let's see what the High Commissioner does when he's presented with clear testimony that this has actually happened.
Commissioner,
I don't believe the point that I was trying to make, if I may just complete that. Look, if it satisfies Pakistan's ego to say that they've done something, they could have used that as an off-ramp to move on. But clearly they chose not to, and they've continued to escalate the matter.
So when he's being asked, he's saying, look, they could have used their fiction of two planes being shot down to move on. That's not the answer. You can simply say, no, I categorically deny that India's planes got shot down. Why can't you just say that? That's the simplest thing that you can actually do in this situation, and the reporter would have moved on.
A report I'm reading from Reuters based on two US officials telling Reuters this. They're saying it's the first time that Western officials have confirmed that there was high confidence that Pakistan had used the Chinese-made J-10 aircraft to launch air-to-air missiles against Indian fighter jets, bringing down at least two.
This is something that, let's ask Reuters, but my largest...
Let's ask Reuters. Reuters gave you the answer. You have clear-cut, a third party. Remember, America is alongside Israel and India. They're all in together when it comes to their hatred of, I'm talking about the governments, not the people here, their hatred of the Islamic world. So they are saying this. So let's ask Reuters. She just quoted to you Reuters. She just presented to you US officials who have testified to Reuters that this has happened, that at least two aircraft have been shot down. So it's best for you to simply say, okay, this has happened, or simply categorically deny, rather than play these sort of word games.
Sense is that there is no evidence of that. We haven't actually confirmed any such thing. The better point is to ask actually if all of this is true, and if Pakistan has essentially succeeded in making its point as it wanted to, why are they not stopping? The question you have to ask is...
That's not the question she's asking. So you're answering a question that she's not actually asking. So it's not about Pakistan using an off-the-ramp solution because now it's done this thing. It's really about just give us the reasons why Reuters said this, why the US official said this. There are people in the valley who have testified to the fact that they've seen debris fall down. We have evidence of this. India is not denying categorically that this has happened. Why doesn't it just do that? Why doesn't it just openly say it hasn't happened?
Yourself, however, is the other one, which is that if Pakistan says it's retaliating, as my colleague, the Pakistan High Commissioner, said here yesterday, what are they retaliating about? They're retaliating against attacks on terrorism infrastructure. So what does that tell you of their relationship with the terror groups?
Well, they're saying that they're distancing themselves completely from Pahalgam, and they're saying they had nothing to do with it. They've said that they've asked for an investigation, and India has refused an international...
Starts shuffling papers. I mean, come on. Keep your composure. Keep with the program, right? You're being filmed right now. There's no need for you to start shuffling papers and looking nervous.
Investigation that they were happy to cooperate in.
Well, this is a story we've heard multiple times before. In 2016, after the Pathankot attack, which you referred to, we offered them an unprecedented amount of access.
All right, then they just move on. Look, the point is clear. India is one of the largest militaries in the world. Their budget is far greater than Pakistan. Their landmass is far greater than Pakistan. When partition happened, the resources of the British that they left behind was given to India. Pakistan was given hardly anything. Pakistan as a state should be crushed by India conventionally. Yet it has embarrassed India again. And now their High Commissioner is going to have to face the fact that he gave this interview, and sometime later when India is going to finally admit that they did lose these airplanes, they are going to look even more ridiculous. But one thing India has learned is not what they did last time, which is to cross the border, go all the way in to Pakistan using their airplanes, and then their pilot got shot down. So at least they learned that lesson. And I'm also going to be covering the drones, the drone attack that happened yesterday, the multiple drones that went into Pakistani airspace, and also a lot of propaganda that India has been doing. So I'm watching the situation closely. Leave a comment below if you have any information that you think is relevant. I'll see you in the next video. Jazakallah khair. Assalamu alaikum.